Bitcoin has finally done what I mentioned in my last video and the idea that I had in my last video. So in my last video, based on this chart, you can see that I put a mark of indecision here because it depends fully what's going to happen in the range. I gave the idea that we could accumulate here to potentially come higher. So August can sweep July's and June's high, potentially, because all you're doing is leaving liquidity. Now, we finally have an accumulation of some kind. Well, we swept our previous range low. I can get rid of this order block because that doesn't matter anymore. So we hit into a 4-hour inducement order block, which got induced a solid 1, 2, 3 times. And we have a lovely model 2 accumulation. Or is this a 1 on this chart? Model 2/1 accumulation. Depends on which chart you're using. Fine, regardless, that is still a very good accumulation. Not only that, it also swept range low, so now you can follow range deviation principles. So, now that we have an accumulation versus a large distribution, which hit into an inducement order block, we have a very good low. This is a very solid low. So now, you have two options, really. You hit into this supply chain because you are in a supply chain, right? You're in a three-time now supply chain, 4-time supply chain. So now you have to, if you're looking for longs, which we are, of course, the only thing you really have to worry about is this supply chain because this is a distributive order block as well. This is just a little PO3 of this range. So once you come up to this order block, now you can start considering shorts if you get good, or if you get a good range, if you get a good structure. But apart from that, I am purely looking higher, and that's pretty much it. I don't really see anything else. I don't really consider anything else. Now, unless price ranges here and distributes and give you something that goes kind of against this idea, then you can start questioning things. But for the moment, with the price structure that we have, I'm taking it at face value, and for what we see, and as an accumulation, a swept range low, then of course we're bullish. We're not really looking for anything else, right? So I think this is pretty simple. August is normally a bearish month, but again, just like July done, which was immediately go down as soon as July 1st happened before coming up, August will probably do the same thing. And you know, August normally does sweep July's high. People are forgetting this. August normally sweeps July's and June's high, and then it has its 30%, 25% red month, right? It's always been that way seasonality wise, right? And seasonality's never been wrong. Okay, but again, that's just speculation. We don't even need to consider the seasonality aspect, but we can consider that we swept range low with an accumulation, right? They're hitting an inducement 4-hour block. So until we see reasons for why this won't work, there's no reason to not think it will work. At the end of the day, if you get high probability longs and you scalp it in, or you mid-time frame it in, that's very simple. Of course, be aware this range is leaving liquidity. But you could also be leaving liquidity to come back for later in August, because that makes sense, because the whole idea is that we potentially come higher to come lower. Now, everyone thinks we're going lower right now, okay? Everyone's bearish. Normally everyone is wrong, or at least partially wrong, and everyone thinks we're going down now. People know we're going down, but everyone thinks we're going down now. The only way I see that true is if we keep ranging, or if we hit the zone, we get good structure. Of course I'm shorting. I don't just, you don't just stick to one idea. Just because I say it's bullish, just because, okay, every video I've made so far, I've pretty much called the top and bottom. Here you go, here's a chart of my videos. You have green, call the bottom, call the top, call the bottom, call the top, this is locally bullish, but overall bearish, locally bullish, but overall bearish, which led to this idea because I told you the ideas here. Called the continuation, called the move up. That time I was wrong, but I was right about this low not being swept. I give detail on what I thought, and I still was right about the whole move. Then I gave a locally bearish idea, which actually did mean sweeping this high, right? Then I gave indecision, because we needed a range. If we accumulated long, if we didn't accumulate short. I said that very clearly. Now we got what I wanted, so a new video's coming out. So I'm bullish. I don't actually see anything bearish unless we come up to this high or we continue ranging. So I think it's very safe for me to put a green dot here. So for this video, I'm going to put a green dot. And there you go, that's my brand new idea. Now I am putting a green dot at the high, which is kind of a problem, because of course we're still maintaining bullish structure until this low goes, but that's fine to me. Whatever. It is what it is. I could put a blue dot, but we're not in a short zone, so I can't do that. If we continue ranging, I'll just make a new video. But yeah, so far I've been right about practically every move. So, you know, that's my objective takes every time, and there's my I forgot the word is. There's my credibility for you. Okay, cool. So, you know, just trade the price action you get. Don't stick to bearish. Don't stick to bullish. See what price gives you. And make your own decisions, okay? I'm just giving the roadmap on what should happen based on what price already has done. If that changes, that is your job to fix that and change your bias. Of course, I will make a video if something major happens or if I see something major. But apart from that, keep trading.